Greetings, YouTube. At the time of recording this, we are at the precipice of arena history. Because of 24 hours off from the arena last week between, exactly 1 week ago, from Thursday to Friday, which I gotta be honest, I kind of needed that more than I even knew. Kabam did me a huge favor because I hadn't taken a day off of the arena in like 4 years. So I was able to actually not worry about it because there was nothing to grind anyway. And now, because of that, they have decided that we will have not one, but two arenas going simultaneously. And oh, by the way, that's not counting the Tier 4 basic arena, which I do believe is also going to run this weekend. In fact, I think it's going to run tonight. So because of this, it is extremely important to, if you are grinding this weekend and you're hunting for all those extra units, because you get double the opportunity for units, for in a sense battle chips, which of course also leads to premium disappointment shards, which leads to ISO, which you can sell that for gold. The arena is a soul crushing event, but it does take so many of the main problems of MCOC away the more you do it. And that's why I do it, because I also want to spend as little money as I can on the game for things like featured Cavalier Crystals, which I enjoy opening, especially with my subscribers. So, I used to say things like the best arena setup for the arena because I have tried several setups and I feel like this really is the best. But then some of you are like, Prof, you shouldn't use the word best because it's subjective. What really is the best? It depends what you need. So, don't be too hyperbolic. And, I get that argument, has some validity. So why don't I just say this? This is my favorite mastery setup for the arena. And it's my favorite for a couple of reasons that I will get into. Now, let me be clear. This is a video designed to get you the most points for the arena. This video is not going to help you or make your alliance happy in Alliance War. This is not a setup for Alliance War. In fact, there are alliances that are pretty vocal about the fact that if they catch you or you're doing something without talking to them about setting up your masteries for suicides and they find out, you could be kicked. I've heard horror story after horror story in the past few years about people not changing their mastery setup back. Now, I also think there's a lot of alliances out there who want you to do what's best for your account, and they aren't going to bat an eye if you have suicide masteries. And there are some champions. I remember when I used to fight Iceman in the arena, or not in the arena, in Alliance War, where, he had suicides on, but his damage was so great that if you didn't have a champion that was cold snap immune, you would lose like half your health before you had a chance to even bait that special one and cause him recoil damage. So Iceman, in that case, I always felt like actually benefited as a defender from suicide masteries. Okay, so offensively is the main obvious reason why you switch up your masteries for the arena. Why? Because of that top right tree, but it goes further than that because you also get some decent points in the bottom right, and then on the left, it's very important to remember that precision, but especially cruelty, help. If you have anything above 1 in strength and greater strength, you're not helping yourself out for a variety of ways, but especially with PI. Max Glass Cannon, if you don't want to do this setup, but you still want to not only finish fights faster, but increase the overall PI of your champion's player index as much as possible, max this thing out. When you become great at this game, and I'm not saying I'm great by any means, but my goal is to never get hit. If I fight well, I will never get hit. I will do nothing but parry and dex and maybe a few successful intercepts if I'm lucky. But I always thought, I'm going to notice that 7.2% decrease of health in exchange for the attack increase. I didn't. Because if you don't get hit, you don't have to worry about losing health in general, other than, I guess, the damage you take off of block when, say, you parry. So that wasn't apparent at all and did not cause me any strain at all. Now, Max Suicides has worked amazing for Corvus. It's worked obviously amazing for Omega Red. And it allows me a chance to get my champions up as much as possible in rating. And even my 4 stars give me a crazy amount of points in the arena. I'll show you their final rating unboosted after this. So, besides that, I love to max out Salve. I love to max out Recovery. And then 2 out of 5 in Stand Your Ground gives a pretty decent amount of PI as well. Now, this does free up just enough points, not only max Willpower, but also max Coagulate, which I'm a huge believer in now with certain champs, even like Blade, that aren't bleed immune, but you max Coagulate, and suddenly you're taking far less bleed damage at the beginning of the fight, and that certainly helps out those champions that aren't going to be immune from that bleed. Okay, so proficiencies, only 6 points. 1 in Dex, and then controversially, 1 in parry, right? The only thing that I care about maxing out is Stupefy for that max stun duration. I find if I had a choice between maxing parry and maxing block proficiency, I actually get better low percentage block damage overall by putting 4 on block proficiency. If you don't care about willpower, I think an argument absolutely could be made to max parry over block proficiency, but because I need this many points in the left side of the defensive mastery tree to have a chance to unlock willpower, I might as well put them in that mastery. Okay, now if you do all of this, what will be your reward? Now, of course, you have to be level 60. If you're not level 60, you don't have all the mastery points that I have at my disposal for this video, so that is an important disclaimer. But my best 6 stars, I've got 1 rank 3, but oh, the new face of my profile is back to Dr. Doom, whose PI and prestige is so high that even at rank 2, he's higher than Human Torch, whose PI isn't by any means terrible, at rank 3. So these are my 6 stars, and they get between 65,000 and 78,000 points per arena fight on maximum multiplier. Look at my 5 stars, right? I've got my best 5-star Black Widow Clairvoyant, even with 0 points in Mystic Dispersion, over 17,000. And then you've got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 who are in the 16,000s as Sig 200 max Sig, although I don't think Warlock's even Sig 200, and he's still in that 16,000 comfortable. And then you can see 15,000, 14,000. So many points. Even my rank 4s like Guillotine 2099 sitting almost to 12,000. And then if you don't care about those and you only have 4 stars, check out the PI. My best 4 stars now are over 8,000. I remember my first rank 5, I should say, 4-star was Black Widow. And my mastery setup was so mastery poor when it came to overall rating that it was indeed a joke. And my rank 5 Black Widow, who, given, doesn't have the highest prestige by any means, but she was like barely over 5,000. So I also didn't know how to maximize my mastery setup, and even if I did, I didn't have the units to awaken those cores. And so that is the ultimate disclaimer of this video. It's going to take a lot of units to get your mastery setup to where mine is, but if you care about the arena, especially this weekend, and you want to maximize your chance to do as many fights as possible, to clear as many milestones as possible, this is the arena setup for you. I also remind you that it's always worth checking to see in your inventory if you have any items that are expiring, especially boost-wise. I've got a 10%er I'm going to use today. It's going to expire. And then when you scroll down, it's worth noting that there's a 20% greater champion boost I'm going to use this weekend. And usually when there is something close, because of my purchase history, because the only things I really purchase every month for sure are those early access bundles, you have either 3 or 6 if you bought both Cavalier bundles of the greater plus 30% champion boosts to use as well. So this is a guarantee. I don't have many guarantees in my channel because everything's different, especially when you open crystals. But if you do this exact mastery setup, your champions will give you the points that mine will give me. And trust me when I say that you can have just a crazy amount of fights in terms of the lowness of the number for the peak of the milestones. I mean, in this video, by showing you how I just did all of the previous arenas, and it used to take me like 30 more fights in some cases to get the milestones. It took me 36 of a win streak to get the 2-star done, 17 fights to get the 3-star done, 37 to do the 4-star basic, 62 to do the 4-star featured, and 96 to do the 5-star featured. That's with mostly 6-star champs. But I also the minimum goal should be about 16 million in that, and I cleared it by 2 million just to try to get some more points for my 6 stars and also utilize some boredom, if you will, from last night. There you have it, YouTube. I hope this video helps all of you who want to increase the PI of your champs and your mastery before these arenas hit. By the time this gets to YouTube, they are active. So good luck to everybody grinding this weekend. May the soulless grind be with you always.